Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for watching, first of all. This is better than your average YouTube channel. And what we're looking at here is the last installment of, for this time anyway, I'm sure we have some other ones, but effective training while on vacay, part 3, the back workout. What we're doing here is doing some cable pullovers, and this is showing here how you kind of pull from underneath the arm area, part of your back. Initially you get some work in the serratus, and as you kind of pull, you always want to make sure that you're focused on that area that you're trying to work. And the secondary muscle groups, I like intentionally try to focus as little as possible on those secondary areas. But what I'm doing is showing how when you come back, you pull from under the arm, and you kind of want to contract your entire back. You want to squeeze it. Each time you might do a slight pause, and you come back to make sure that you get that good contraction on the back. So I usually, sometimes I do this with the beauty of training is that there's such a variety, and then there's there's simplicity in a lot of these things that you can do to achieve pretty good results. And with this motion, some places have a pullover machine that you can do, simulate the same thing. You can do it here with the cables to simulate the same thing. You can do it on a bench with a dumbbell to simulate the same thing. Sometimes you see people do it on the bench with a easy curl bar or barbell to simulate the same motion. But I'll do these, I'll do pull-ups. It just depends. But in this, I keep it relatively light for me, and I try to get a good amount of just concentration, just reps in to get my back, the blood flowing, and to kind of just get me mentally attached to the area that I'm about to work. But you can vary it. It's just up to you how you want to do it. You don't have to be so strict and so regimented. A lot of people ask me, what do you do, and how much of this and how much exactly of that do you do? And while there is a place for documentation and keeping track of your results and your progress, but once you get to that kind of from beginner to intermediate and then into more of an advanced, you've been working out for a while. Sometimes, you just kind of go in the gym and you know what areas you need to hit, but there's not, depending on how you feel that day, how much sleep you got, how your day went, how much you ate, all of these variables can change. Just your state of mind that day can change your performance. But I always try to listen to my body as best as possible, and then I adapt my workouts accordingly to that, and still always try to get good work in. So I think we did 4 sets of this to get ready, and then we'll be moving on to some lat pull downs here for our next workout. But as you can see, we did, I want to say, at least 12 sets of back exercises, and we did it in, I think the real time may have been 14-15 minutes. I tried to keep the videos, I didn't really do any cutting in them, maybe in the beginning of the end, if it didn't make sense. But for the most part, this is just a real time workout, and if you add them all up together, it's going to be roughly 30 minutes or so. And that was with me doing a lot of talking, way more than I usually do. So here we're going to the lat pull downs. And with these, again, there's so many variables that you can do in changing of your hand placement. You can go underhand, you can go overhand, you can go wide, you can go kind of middle of the way, you can go narrow. And all of these, these are all advantages that you have to manipulate the different parts of the back that you'll hit whenever you're doing your back workout, or any workout for that matter. But I'm going to do some underhand here. And also, if you how much you lean back or forward can kind of have you pull, hit a different part of the back. I feel for myself when I stay more upright, it allows me to hit more of my mid to upper. And then if I lean back a little bit more, then I can hit my mid kind of to lower part of my back. Some people may say it hits different area, but that's just for me. But nothing too crazy heavy. This is what I call this. That's my, for that day, for that workout, that was my stimulus point, was that particular amount of weight. So I try not to worry about weight. First thing, the age-old question: how much you bench? I don't know. Maxing out is cool, sometimes, but that's not my focus. I try to get a good weight that I can manage for 8, to 12 repetitions. 3, 4, 5, 6. It just depends on what the day is, but it's typically gonna be 8 to 12 reps that I do. I may do 6s if I'm trying to move up to another weight and get comfortable with it. I'll maybe start this. If I can get it for 6, then I'll mess with it, but it's typically 8 to 12. And at some point during this workout, I think it's probably more so when I was doing rows, man, because rows always take that's incorporates a lot of muscle to do rows. So I used to find myself getting a little winded. At some point I did during this video. But again, we just thank y'all for checking the video out. We will have, we're starting with fitness content, but we will be having, pretty much everything on here. We'll be discussing family and relationships and current events and, everything under the sun. I'll have a whole lot of content, but, we appreciate the view. You can go to my YouTube channel, Better Than Your Average, and subscribe, leave comments, share the videos. And we just kind of we're starting here with fitness, but Better Than Your Average is really just a statement of just a mind frame to have on life in general. And not to be long-winded about it, but for a long time, I just convinced myself that it was cool just to be quote-unquote average. Just do what you gotta do. You living pretty decent, so on and so forth. Just kind of follow the trends and don't be your own trendsetter. So you can lie to yourself and say that. But the better than your average is, it's cool to pursue what you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be against the grain and not just average, whether it's in your physical fitness, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's at work, whether it's in your interactions with your children. We just want to start a whole movement and support each other, and not saying that we're just doing the average or the bare minimum. We're going to take it to the next level. So that's kind of the mind frame we got. What we're doing here, next movement, we will go to some dumbbell rows. These are good for me to kind of hit that lower back area. I'll do some here 1 arm at a time, and then I'll do some 2 arms at a time. And this is where, especially I think when I was doing those 2 arms, it was even, the weight wasn't particularly heavy, but the workout was short. And I was out of town. I wasn't eating a whole bunch during the day. We was out walking around and hanging out and stuff. So no excuses, man. You still got to get it in. But what I try to do is put my back in about a 45-degree angle. My math people, don't critique me too bad. I know it's not exact, but about 45 degrees is how much I try to lean. Because, I feel biomechanically that puts your back in a stronger position and is not as compromised. Some people will debate that. This is just what I do. And I try to take the front face, the leading face of the dumbbell, and I try to always pull it towards my hip. Some people pull it more higher up than that, but again, I try to focus on getting the lower lat area, as I'm showing here, to kind of pop. So for me, I feel that the best way to do it is to to pull towards the hip to engage that muscle. And the same principles apply. I try not to pull so much on my arms, and I try to contract. As soon as I start to move that weight, I'm trying to, in my mind, tell myself that I'm pulling this with my back. My arm is just here, and my hand is just here to hold it. I'm trying to pull and do everything with my back. So here we'll do it with two dumbbells in each hand. Excuse me, a dumbbell in each hand. Same thing. I'm trying to go about 45 degrees and just get a good squeeze in the back every time. Now, like I said, while I'm trying to focus on that lower portion of my back, you're going to get some back activation all over from these things. But, you know, I always have a point that I'm kind of trying to focus on, you know, whether it's lower back, mid back, upper back. I try to focus on that, you know, my mind on that place that I'm going, that I'm trying to squeeze and trying to work. So as you can see at this point, I'm got to stretch a little bit, take a little bit of time. I was feeling some kind of way, but but it's all good, man. It's good work, good work. Especially, you know, in a small gym, it's not familiar to you, and to be able to get that good work in is always a plus. So here I'm going back to one arm again. Pull into the waistline. And then I believe we'll alternate back to 2 hands at a time. And we'll be done. But again, we want to thank y'all for checking the channel out. We'll have some more content. We're already working on our some new video stuff that we'll be able to do and get the quality up and things of that nature. And if y'all let me know what kind of workouts y'all want to see, we'll make it happen. I did just want to touch that a friend of mine asked me, you know, can you do something for women? I will do something that's strictly for women, but all my homegirls out there, this stuff isn't for, it's just for a guy. You know, this is for anybody that wants to train, and this can sculpt and tone your body just like you need. And I know girls, you know, my female friends out there, you're always worried about getting bulky. No, because you lack testosterone, you're not going to get bulky like a dude for the most part. You know, we have some people that are naturally bulky than others, but for the most part, you're not going to get as bulky as a guy. You can still get in there and move some weight. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll have some more videos coming soon. Again, share it, like it, subscribe. Again, this is better than your average, and blessings to y'all. We'll talk to you.